morning, everybody. This is Philip Butzen again from Huntington Manor, and today we're going to be showing you a recipe that is very, very versatile, has lots of good ingredients in it, and it's something that you can serve for large crowds at a very reasonable price. And I'm talking about Calypso Ham. You can also use chicken in this recipe, but today we have some ham, and we're going to be showing you the ingredients and showing you how to combine everything together in a meal that, like I said, is very nutritious. Everybody loves it, and it's great for a large crowd. So, what does Calypso Ham include? Well, it can be a variety of different types of vegetables, but the ones I have that I'm going to be using today are going to be red onions, which I've already diced into pretty bite-sized pieces. I have 3 or 4 green peppers, again diced into bite-sized pieces. I have some thinly sliced carrots to give it some color and taste also. Now, we're going to be also putting in a lot of pineapple tidbits into this part of the main ingredients. And of course, I've chopped up some ham. We served ham about a week ago, and we had some left over, and today we've chopped it up again into bite-sized pieces. I've added some olive oil, covered the bottom of the pan, and it's basically a high-quality olive oil. Now what we're going to do is we're going to begin by cooking the carrots. Carrots take the longest to cook, and those are the ones we're going to get started. We're going to cook each one of these things separately and then take them out and then reassemble them after I cook my sauce. So I'm just going to let this sit here for a minute while we start our sauce. Good. Now the sauce is a sweet sour sauce, and we begin with butter. This is a ½ pound of butter. And to that, I'm going to be adding some, this is reserved pineapple juice, which I am going to add. And a little bit later, I want to melt my butter, and I'm going to lightly cook fresh ginger. I have about ½ a cup of fresh ginger. Absolutely mandatory if you're cooking this is to have fresh ginger. It adds wonderful flavor, really makes the sweet sour sauce extra rich. I'm going to melt the butter, and then I'm going to add in some rice vinegar. Some rice vinegar after everything is melted, and then I'm going to thicken it with some cornstarch. And I am going to add some brown sugar to this one. Get that sweet, sour, tangy taste. I add about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar to the sauce. With the ginger and the butter, we'll add a little more after we thicken it. We're just going to let this sit here for a little while. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to remove the carrots, but I'm not going to put them into the sauce because the sauce isn't finished yet. So I'm going to put them into this bowl, and then we're going to quickly stir fry the next set of ingredients. Okay, I have 1½ red onions diced into bite-sized pieces, and that's now going to hit this hot oil. Again, we're going to cook these for just a minute or two until they begin to soften. We're not going to bring it all the way down to fully cooked because they're going to fully cook once I finish my sauce. Now, while those are cooking, ooh, love the smell of those onions. Now, the next step in making my sauce. I've added the pineapple juice, we have the butter, we've added the ginger. Now I'm going to add 4 cans of chicken broth. This is the last thing. We still have to add some tartness. And this is going to be juice of 1 whole lemon. Lemon juice. There is rice vinegar. You can use any type of vinegar, but rice vinegar is a little on the sweet side, even though it is vinegar. So we're going to add some of this. Putting in about ½ a cup. Let's take a look at these onions. Ooh, those are cooking up really nicely. Very nice. So what I'm going to do is add these to the carrots and go for the peppers. The peppers are going to be the next one. Now we're going to do the peppers. And again, we're going to add this in. We're going to do this to all of the ingredients until they're all done. I still have some pineapple to do. We're going to cook that in some oil to caramelize it a little bit, and then last will be the ham. And then we're going to finish the sauce, and then everything goes into the sauce. Okay. This is leftover ham. You could do leftover chicken, any type of meat that you have laying around. Now the last thing I'm going to put in is the pineapple. And the pineapple I'm going to let sit in there a little bit longer. Why? Because pineapple has a lot of sugar in it. And what we're going to do is try to caramelize that sugar. Brown it a little bit so that it can intensify the sugary taste. What I've done is taken some water and about 4 or 5 tablespoons of cornstarch and dissolve the cornstarch in the water. What I'm going to do now is take some of the broth. You don't want to throw the stuff in right away. You want to thin it out a little bit, get the temperature up a little bit, and we're going to do that by adding some of this broth to the cornstarch and water. And slowly drizzle this in there. And this will thicken up, as you can see, it's thickening already. That we've already cooked, the carrots, the onions, the peppers, and the ham are all going to go in. Now what I have to do is cook a bunch of rice. It's done. We have some cooked rice here. It's going right in the middle of the plate. Then what we're going to do is take our Calypso ham and ladle that right on top of the rice with that really thick, sweet and sour sauce right on top. Now, to really gild the lily, I'm taking some mandarin oranges. If I'd added them earlier, they would have just broken up on me. A few of mandarin oranges and a little bit of green onion to give it some color on. And that is Calypso ham with a variety of different types of vegetables and some ham on a bed of rice. And this is really a popular treat for everybody, frail elderly, as well as all the macho guys watching football games. Thank you.